A few months ago, an obituary caught our attention. A 13-year-old Cromrie Middle School student passed away, and instead of flowers, people were directed to donate to GASP. That's Games Adolescents Shouldn't Play. It's a nonprofit raising awareness about the choking game. This pass-out activity usually involves teens either alone or with others strangling themselves, hoping to get the feeling of euphoria. The obituary caught a Sun Prairie mom's attention too after her own son's death. And tonight she's sharing her son's story in hopes of saving lives. Tonight we are putting this dangerous and deadly choking game in focus.
He had just gotten his driver's license. He just started a job at McDonald's. He was learning a computer programming language. He was looking for a car.
Michelle Servey says her son Jack was always the funny kid, always making everyone laugh. Jack should have celebrated his 18th birthday last week. He should have grown up, graduated high school, and gone after his goals. But he never got the chance.
He was sitting on the floor, and he used a belt, and he leaned into a belt and passed out before he could release the belt, and it killed him.
August 19th.
That's what happened.
2016, at 16 years old, Jack Servey died doing the choking game. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe not. Michelle says she never knew the signs.
I thought he had possibly been smoking marijuana because his eyes would be red once in a while and he would act high, and he was spending a little bit more time in his room than he usually did.
Michelle says she started to see changes in her son, not only his behavior, but his personality too. So she took him to the doctor and counselors, talked with his teachers, but still, the signs were missed. She says she simply didn't know what to look for.
He never wore a tie, and I'd find this laying around his room.
And then she found his 7th grade school ID.
Basically a noose. I can just show you that you can actually tighten this and use it as a choking thing.
All of these signs found in his room.
His bedspread would be on the floor in a pile all the time.
Michelle thinks he used his bedspread to catch his fall when he'd pass out. When Jack died, he was alone. But Michelle believes it all started with friends, a fear confirmed after going through his phone.
So this one was a screenshot that Jack had saved on his phone. And this is another child taking a picture of my son choking himself.
So a final plea to teens who might be tempted.
I guess if you keep a secret, you could end up dead. So if you're doing the choking game, tell somebody so you don't have to have your parents bury you.
Jack Servey's death was ruled a suicide, and now Michelle is fighting for that to be changed because she says we can't fix the problem until people realize it is a problem. Dr. Paula Cody works in adolescent medicine at UW Health. She says when teens are doing the choking game, depending on how long the brain is without oxygen and without blood flow, it can cause some permanent brain damage and, as we know, even death. She says marks on the neck, red eyes, and frequent headaches are all signs, along with everyday objects used to make a noose.
We tend to see this in middle schoolers in particular because it is a way of kind of getting high without having to use drugs.
Dr. Cody says it's hard to get data on how many teens are doing this because she says many choking game deaths are wrongly called suicide. And if you want more information and resources about the choking game, Dr. Cody writes in a blog for UW Health. We have a link on MadisonCW.com. If you have a story you think needs to be put in focus, we want to know about it. Go to MadisonCW.com, click on the sidebar, and go to our In Focus page. Fill out the form and then hit submit.